Hey everybody, welcome to Alliance War number 21 versus MEOW. I think these guys are called the Lion's Den. Today I have a few Mystics on my path, and I am not about to try and be that stupid. I'm going to bring in Blade with the Mephisto Synergy and my boy Vision. They put a bunch of Mystics on the path 5, so I said screw it. I'm not gonna try and beat these down with Vision. I'm gonna take Blade and then just make this easy on myself. So the first node is, I think, the Power Start 1, and it ends up being an unstoppable Colossus. So I can't bleed him, but I can just use my danger sense and to get more damage, and he will sometimes not go unstoppable. But it looks like he did trigger it. I can't remember, but I think he triggered it at least twice during this fight. So danger sense wasn't completely on point like it could have been, but it was all right. So I'm just doing these 5-hit combos, just trying to wear him down, but I know he's got probably Mystic Dispersion, so I'm totally fine taking a little bit of block damage, trying to bait the special attacks out. So I just sit here, basically saying, come on, throw your special. And he finally does, and so I'm going to check out. Yeah, his Mystic Dispersion is probably like 3 out of 5, I think, maybe 4. Definitely wasn't 5 out of 5. So I get that guy down, and I move on to the next Mystic champion here. And I wasn't quite sure who it was going to be until I saw the persistent charges, and I know that is Mephisto with the 3. So I say, okay, Blade is the guy for me. I'm going to take him in. I vaguely, for a millisecond, considered Vision for the heal block, but no. This is the kinetic. This wasn't terrible placement, I don't think. Like, if Blade didn't exist, this would be a really difficult fight, because you'll see that his power gain is actually... I actually get clipped there, but it doesn't matter because I'm Blade. The power gain's pretty intense here. So I'm triggering Mystic Dispersion. I really need to get, and he's got what do you call it? Kinetic reactor. So no matter what, if I parry and try and bait the special, or if I dexterity out, he's gonna have power, and it's power reserve. So it's like, what do I do here? So I'm just trying to bait these specials. I'm really trying to get him to get rid of most of his power, and I see my opportunity to do massive damage, and I get that special 2 off, and it basically kills him. His healing gets canceled out by danger sense, and I'm able to throw another special 2 because it is power reserve, and he was bleeding, and yeah, so could have came out worse than that, but I managed to pull it off. And so here we've got an unduped mutant champion on masochism. This is without a doubt always Nightcrawler, I think, except that one time I saw Domino here, but she was duped, so I'm not sure. This sometimes can be like a Cable if it's a 6-star, but I really enjoy it when it's Nightcrawler. You're about to see a really, really good fight versus this Nightcrawler, just because I'm feeling so confident versus Nightcrawlers these days. And I think you'll also notice in this war, I feel like I'm getting my confidence back in general a little bit, and I have OG Vision, I think, to thank for a lot of that. He's just so smooth, this guy. Like, his animations are so basic that I think it kind of just makes you feel more confident. They're the old Star-Lord animations, that just the punch, the cut, and the kicks, So I'm just having to bait out this special 1 here. It's good to bait out the special 1 after you get him to switch stances, because you just get more attack openings, and it's very easy to dodge, as well as the special 2 is. So as soon as I get him up against the wall, I might be able to do some intercepts. I do interrupt his heavy there pretty confidently, if I might say so. So I've got him pinned now. So I've got the power drain, I've got the intercepts going. I should have thrown my special 1 there again. That would have been a good idea, but it's okay. I think maybe after those intercepts, I was like, oh, I'm getting a little bit too confident here. Maybe I need to tone it down a bit, and just backed off. But there you go. Lost 2% to chip damage there, and that's about it. You saw me throw the boosts on, actually, before that fight, and that was a mistake. I should have thrown them on at the very beginning of the war. I just totally forgot. The whole reason I wait at that node at the beginning is to boost for the whole path, but I got excited about the Mystics and the Blade, and I got a little ahead of myself. So I was gonna bring Blade in for this as well, but I saw that it was a Morningstar, so I thought, you know what, on this particular node, I'm not very. I don't want to bring Blade because she's bleed immune. I'm not bleed immune. There's a heal block. If I get clipped by the special, there's power gain. I thought, you know what? I think this is going to be one for Vision. And yeah, it was a good choice. Except for the fact that I do make a mistake in this. So you'll notice that my signature level is quite a lot higher. I got those 20 signature stones from the challenge, and I was able to throw them all into Vision. So I'm almost, I just eat the whole thing. I'm almost to the point where I can do a 5-hit combo and have my special 1. I'm definitely at the point where I can get a heal block at the start of the fight if I need to. So who knows if Node 24 is in my future with Vision, but definitely not right now. So I'm just, since I got hit, I have to play a little bit more, I got hit again, cautiously, and I don't know what that was. Like, the parry didn't happen, so I don't know what's going on with that. But this time I get a nice big power drain. She's 3 bars of power that does a ton of damage, and I'm just laid into her at this point. It's practically over. I'm not trying to intercept just because the risk is too high when a 5-hit combo could kill me. So she'll probably throw a special 1. Yep, here she goes, and that's it. That's the end of that fight. So I only have one more fight in this war until it's over, but it is a long fight. Let me tell you, it is a 565 champion on the bleed node, and it's a pretty interesting choice. We thought it was going to be, before we got to the node, we thought it was going to be like a kingpin. But once my alliance mate Harry got to the node, it looked like it was going to be I think it's a 565. I could be wrong there, but I could vaguely remember him in the chat saying this is a 565 Thor Ragnarok. And, oh, no, that's not right. That's not right. Well, I'm just confusing things. I didn't know who this was going in, but it was a long fight, and I don't know why. Maybe it wasn't 565 then. It was just a long fight. So it's that bleed. I'm just forget everything I said in the last 30 seconds and focus on what I'm about to say now. So this is the bleed node, and it's also got that breakthrough node where every single hit you do puts an armor break on them, and that's actually really, it really helps champions that get in a lot of hits. And Vision certainly does when he's doing his intercept thing, and the hits just start adding up. Like, it's very common for me to get up to like 70 or 80 hits in a long fight with Vision. So you're gonna get to see some of that right here, and the armor breaks definitely start to add up towards the end of the fight. So it's a Thor Ragnarok, and I'm thinking, oh, no problem. I healed up Vision. I don't need him for any other fights this war, so I am just gonna bait the heavies. I'm gonna take the chip damage, and that's it. I'm not gonna try and intercept this guy even once because he has that auto block that sometimes we forget about, and I'm gonna watch this timer because every 20 hits I'm gonna have to power drain him. So I get that one off very nicely. I could have even waited maybe a second longer to burn some more power, but I didn't want to risk it. Now there is one point I think I mess up the power gain cancellation, but you'll see. So he's definitely not taking a lot of damage, but I'm slowly putting on those armor breaks. You can see they're up to 35, same as my hit count. And yeah, if you've watched all of my war videos, this happened to me once before in a different war where the special 3 did not cancel out the power gain of Thor Ragnarok's, and that happened to me again, but luckily the special 3 also power drains, so he ended up with a bar less of power than he would have, so it's not the end of the world. So it's just it's the name of the game here is just to keep fighting, bait the heavies out. His heavy is super easy to dodge. It's got a big wind up too, so it's not like War Machines where you accidentally can get hit pretty easily. So I get that power drain off right as the 20 hit comes around, and this match is as good as over. Getting up to 68 hits, so about 70 hits, 69 hits. Okay, so that was it for me. I didn't end up having to take a mini boss or a boss. I was kind of in a little well, I wasn't in rough shape. I mean, I had no deaths, but all my champions were a little low, and they weren't really like boss killing champions. No 565s. We ended up losing the war to MEOW. good war to you guys. Definitely beat us good, and I'm happy to say that I finally had a war with no deaths in it. It's kind of because I didn't help with the mini bosses and bosses. I'm usually good for a death on one of those, but yeah, it was a good war for me overall. I spent a couple hundred units worth of potions, season total up to 5,000 units. It's expensive to play Alliance War, and we're only in Platinum 3. Can't even imagine how much they're healing and boosting up in those top tiers. They're probably doing the big boost every single time, every single fight. Yeah, doesn't seem fun. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's another very, very, very good war coming up. I'm not sure if we're going to win or lose because the jury is still out. But I have some good fights, a couple good, one at least very good vision fight in there that was just so smooth. You're gonna like it. So anyway, that's it for me, guys. We'll see you soon, and take care.